psycho killer! Say I'm a psycho killer! I am a psycho killer! Scream it! I am a psycho killer! Do me a war face! No! You are a pussy!
Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo. Tonight I've got the recap for Aussie Addicts versus Red Hat Ace. This is week 8 of CWL Rising. You can see I actually didn't do one for week 7, and that was versus Forbidden. They beat us quite convincingly at Town Hall 10 level, but did fail on a couple of the 11s to make it a very close war in the end. So we almost snuck home on that one. But we have here versus Red Hat Ace. Now, 83 stars. We're probably a couple stars off the mark. And where did we go wrong? You can see there just the 2 stars on the 11s as usual. They've hit most of their hit downs. They did get a Town Hall 10 versus 10 on our Tier 1. We didn't even get more than one attack versus their Tier 1. So where did we go wrong? I guess we're at that level in Aussie Addicts of how do we want to go forward? You know, do we want to make sure we're pushing people harder and harder each week? We want to be that enjoyable clan where we're all sort of playing, but at the same time, I think we need to push a little bit harder with some of our planning and strategy. And we did only have a couple of 6-packs this war from our Town Hall 9s. We did have a lot of Town Hall 9s that didn't manage to get any 3 stars. That's a little bit telling. We need to be planning a lot more. We did fairly well with the Town Hall 10 versus 11s. We worked through plans there. There was a lot of first hits on the Town Hall 11s from both sides. It was a couple each. And we did take, I think it was 4 hits to get their number 1. The second and third hit were both 49%ers, 1 stars, so they were very, very close, and we worked through the strategy, and the 4th hit got it. So what that meant, we needed 4 hit downs in the end, and it just wasn't good enough, realistically. 4 hit downs from our Town Hall 10s in a war which started off. We actually had a shitload of Town Hall 9 first hit 3 stars to start the war off with. We had 8 of our first 10 attacks actually get fresh hit 3 stars. So that means we had another, where are we? All up we had 11 fresh hit 3 stars. So if you take all of those first hits out of it, that's 7 other bases where we had 26 Town Hall 9 attacks left, and we didn't clear them. We needed 4 hit downs. We only had 1 hit up as an open, and we just didn't get it. You know, like, it's just one of those things where we've just got to work on it. So we had, I think there was 19 attacks versus 4 bases. It's just not good enough. So we need more planning. We're pushing our group to get more people into Discord, more sketching, more discussions revolving their attacks. And we don't want to be that niche clan that, you know, just turns up and has a chance. We want to be that clan that actually has a proper chance, no matter who you face. That's the beautiful thing about this game, is that, you know, any clan on their given day, if they do well, they have a chance to win. This week, coming into week 9, we face Gunmai, and they're undefeated. They're smashing clans. But you know what? On a good day, we've got a chance like anyone else. And this is where we need to sort of get it in our minds and pull our finger out of our arse, really. You know, like, in the end, we didn't really attack the 10v10 smartly, and we did have a couple of failed 11v10, but that would be made easier if our Town Hall 9s have sort of picked up that slack. There was a stage where we were doing really, really well, but now we're just not. So this war wasn't lost by the Town Hall 9s, but it certainly didn't help. If we had have had those extra attacks, then we would have opened up for the Town Hall 11s. They wouldn't be hitting fresh bases. They wouldn't have failed, and then we would have got there. You know, there's lots of coulda, woulda, shouldas in a war, but to get 11 fresh hit 3 stars, the opponent's got 9, but they didn't use any hit downs. So their re-hits were a lot better. They were analysing bases a lot better than us, and I think they did have a couple of hit-ups where they had 4 hit-ups as well. So they hit up early. They were confident with their 9s. And it's a stage that we need to sort of get our team going and getting in there. So good hit here from Wallace. He had a 6-pack. Dan also had a 6-pack, and he's had a couple of bad wars. So it's good to get a couple of our players into some confidence. So it's not all doom and gloom here from the Aussies. One thing that anyone knows that's been in the CWL is it takes a lot to run these clans. It takes a lot to get your people in that headspace to turn up week after week. And we've lost 2 in a row now. That puts us at 5-3, where we were looking at smashing into the finals. we're struggling to make the end of it now. So we've got another week, 9, 10, 11. So there's 3 more weeks. Obviously, we've got Invicta to be able to play as well. One Hive Invicta, I think it is. If we beat them, we should make the finals. But, it's not all doom and gloom. We've just got to step on the pedal and get that extra gear and get our wars starting from Town Hall 9 level. So we finally caught up with the 10v11s. And, of course, the more successful the 9s are, it gives more of our Town Hall 10s those options of doing the 10 versus 10 3-stars, and that's where we should be at. So we see an attack here from JSP. Loved it with the cold-blooded Golar loon. I think he just sneaks through on this one. And you can see he comes in with the hounds. He's got a good spread. There's still a fair bit of loons in that midfield there, but very slow for his hound to come in. And you just see that pack of loons. What was really good about this attack at the end was there was no wizard tower, so he's analysed that well with the finish. Held on to one loon for clean up just in case. The queen, she's in the middle there doing the hard work, and the loons are sort of pathing around the outside. So, I mean, yeah, it's hard to have a couple of losses in a row, especially after having, 5 of the first 6 weeks winning. But that's the game. Big ups to Reddit Aces. It's the second time we've fought them. It's 1 for 1 with us. So hope you guys enjoyed and clash on.